Talofa Faithful, what's up? It's the captain. We're back. It is the Niner Faithful Radio Weekend Review Super Bowl edition. It has been such a long season, but we are finally here. We're in the Super Bowl. Get ready to play against the Chiefs to win this, hashtag bring home six. I see we've already got some people over here in the chat. We'll get to you guys in just 1 second. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and then we will be right back with the show. Find it again. Oh, where'd it go? I'm such a noob. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
From the 44, they fake it to Floyd. Gun to the air. Touchdown, San Francisco. Well, that's quite a statement their defense made. The Lightning bolts were just hit by one. Jerry Rice, his fifth Super Bowl touchdown, splitting defensive safety men. And it was almost like they were paralyzed there. Almost like they were looking for an autograph as he went by.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back again. All right, we're going to start bringing people to the stage. First on, we got Miss Jamie. How's it doing, girl?
Hello, everybody. How are we all feeling? Excited?
Antsy at this point. Just want to get this going.
I know, for real.
All right, then we got the man, the myth, the legend. We got your boy, TJ. What's up, my dog?
What's up, bro? No, the answer is Jamie's question. Like I'm with Jason. I was telling y'all in the green room. I'll say it now on air. Truthfully, honestly, I want to enjoy tonight. I want to enjoy tomorrow. Those are my two off days. After a crazy week at work. But once it hits Sunday, bro, I just wanted to be over. I just wanted to be 6 o'clock, and whatever fucking happens, happen. You either pass out and like, hey, I'll deal with whatever tomorrow, or get ready and be so drunk that I call in sick to work the next day. Like I just whatever happens.
Drunk.
Fuck, I can't. Like
you're gonna have to have the girl get it for you,
bro. Me and my girl. So I have officially found out actually that my boss is a Raider fan, but she's from Oakland. So anyway,
sucks for her.
I told her. I said, well, she's like, oh, this is the one game I'd actually go for the Niners because I'm not going for the Chiefs. I was like, I respect that. I was like, how about I've always hated that, bro. That's always kind of been always so weird to me. Like, oh, well, who you going for the Super Bowl? How about I don't fucking care? Like, that's who I'm going for. I don't fucking, how about I both want them to lose? Like,
For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just really honestly, I told her boss, I said, look, like, I'm trying to be a more reasonable, responsible man. I have a fiance now, all that good shit. I said, but I'm fully prepared to lose my job. Like I am. I am fully like, if we win a championship.
The job market's good right now. Don't let anybody lie to you. The job market is good right now.
Look, honestly, okay, so I can't say I could just easily replace this job as far as like when April's concerned, because your boy is going to get a pretty hefty raise.
Not true.
But as far as what I get paid right now, I could go work anywhere in San Jose and get paid the same amount.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's up to everybody who's here in the chat. We got Mr. BC, the Mean Scream. How's it going, my brother?
It's cracking, BC.
We got John J with the 49ers Ultimate Report. What's up, my dude? How's it going, brother?
Hello.
We got Miss Kim Frederick. How's it going?
Hello.
And then we got 49ers Media Angel. How's it doing, my man? Thank you very much. All right, so before we get started, we start drinking show. So, Jamie, drinking anything good tonight?
No, just my normal cherry soda that I like. That's
just
it.
Some water. That's all right.
Yeah.
We got more than likely, it's probably going to be Jess from East Coast Red and Gold Podcast. How's it going, Jess? Thank you very much. TJ, what you drinking on tonight?
Same old. I actually was gonna ask y'all, but I didn't get an opportunity to do it. So I have some Goldschlager from Superbowl.
Miss Teresa, how's it?
Miss Teresa, it's cracking. So I have some Goldschlager from when we won the Super Bowl. I can't even remember how I got it. I think somebody gave it to me or whatever. But I have some Goldschlager that
From the last time we won a Super Bowl?
No, I said last time we played in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
2019.
okay. I was like, damn, that's
Somebody
a long
gave it to me.
longer.
And so I guess you could blame this on me, whatever it is. So I had to leave at halftime because I had the bottle in my backpack because I was like, whatever, I'm not going back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, we win. I'm just going to stay downtown. We're going to party, get shit faced. You know, I was watching it at a bar. So they wouldn't let me in the bar with my backpack. So I had to. So my supervisor was like, or my co-host was like, whatever, let him look through it. Right? Because they're like, oh, just let us look through it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, Prez, I got a fucking bottle in it. And she was like, oh, she's like, fucking stashing in my car. Well, she had to dip at halftime.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, what do I do? Like, you know, I'm not going to go stash a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Behind
So
the tree somewhere.
long story short, I ended up having to cut down to the south side where I ended up finishing the game at. And right as I was walking through the parking lot is when Bam Bam had the pick, the last pick. Everybody takes the field, you know, the posing in the end zone and everything like that. And literally, I want to say maybe 2-3 minutes after I walked into that pizza place, because I remember everybody was cheering and everything like that. And I probably about when I sat down to where my girl was, my ex now, but my girl at the time was probably about that's when shit started to fall apart. So I was gonna put it in this, but I don't know.
I
So,
probably would. I would not. All right. So for me, we were over at the store at Costco, and the wife was like, "I want to choose what you guys are drinking for, or what you're drinking for your show this week." I was like, "All right." And she doesn't drink, but I know she knows me because she went out and got me some good stuff.
Ooh,
The
nice.
Maker's Mark whiskey. For
Maker's
those of
Mark?
you who don't know, that is some damn good whiskey. So cheers and thank you, babe. I got me some nice sipping whiskey for the evening.
no, we got so just my normal show, or Buck Rogers, I guess. But I'm debating what. So, but for this weekend,
brother.
we got the Goldschlager, and then when my fiance and I went down to Mexico for Thanksgiving last year before. It was either last year or the year before when we went on the cruise. We were in Mexico. A bunch of people out there like make their own tequila, and this dude had like different flavored tequila, and we bought one, and then I don't know, like something happened, and we ended up with this bottle for free. I'm not gonna say what happened, but we may or may not have misunderstood what dude meant. Like I'm just whatever. But it's a little. I think I've showed y'all before. It's my little. It's in a Niner little like
I've seen
glass
it. You showed it
flask
to me.
with the 2 shot glasses. But that's probably I've debated on what's gonna be, you know, what like, oh, do I drink after before? Do I have a shot during? You know, whatever. But probably some Goldschlager and some tequila, a mix of both or one or the other. Whatever is probably.
All right, TJ,
Did you
wanna pay some
figure-
bills?
Yeah. Let's play some bills. All right, y'all. Before we get deeper into today's show, we of course got to remind everybody, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is in the description of this podcast video. They actually have I know we're going to get into this later, but let's be real. Anybody who's listening to this podcast already knows they have the CMC Offensive Player of the Year T-shirts available on the team's website right now. Go ahead and use our affiliate link to get those. Not only does it help you out, it also helps out the show. Go to cgiant.com. Probably too late to get your Super Bowl tickets, but use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to
And
save
we
on all
probably
your
can't
theater.
afford them.
Yeah, let's be real. All your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. We got me doing pregame. I will be live around 2:30 doing our pregame. Jason will be live at halftime. Jamie, postgame?
Yeah, I'll be doing the post game. Probably I'm gonna
goes
say
after
like
the
give
game?
me like a half an hour after the game ends, depending, because I want to see. I would like to see the ceremony, or
Yeah.
like if we win. If we don't win, give me half an hour to compose myself because I'll be sad.
Yeah. No,
So
I will. I think you're allowed that a little bit. You're allowed to say, "Hey, I was literally 8 months old the last time this happened."
Yeah, so I'll definitely go live. I'd say probably like a half an hour, 40 minutes after the game is over.
Cool.
Just
I'm not gonna speak.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna speak for Jason. I'll try to hop on. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, if we lose at least for 5 minutes to be like, "Hey, fuck you, still Niner gang." You know, I'm not going to be some fair weather shit like, "Oh, I'm only going to hop on if we win." Like, fuck it, it's still Niner gang on this. I'm not going to speak for Jason, but I will try to hide on because, I mean, let's be real. This might be a moment that we remember the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
and,
especially like, yeah, we'll get into it probably a little bit later, but yeah, this is a big moment. And yeah, for the post game, give me the half hour, 40 minutes. That way I can get some stuff ready and whatever.
These night games are really good for you, Jamie, because like shit, the time you would normally go on is roughly about
literally
when the game's over
it's
anyway.
perfect. And with my work schedule, it's worked out a little bit better. So I will let you guys know I am having to work in the morning, but I will be.
Oh, I assume this is like your Black Friday, bro. So
we're not. Listen, they better be freaking winning this game because I'm gonna need them to win this game to make my hell of a day worth it because it's gonna be so bad. At least for a good couple hours.
Truthfully, you want to know who's the worst person I've really seen is my girl. Like we were like literally we went and we had to get her a new battery today for the whip. So we're getting the car battery. They tell us it's going to be a couple hours. So she's like, whatever, let's go to Taco Bell, grab something to eat, chill in Taco Bell. And I was like, all right, cool. So we're chilling in Taco Bell, you know, doing our own thing or whatever. And she just sits there randomly. She just goes, oh boy. And I was like, what's up, babe? And she goes, I just got a wave of anxiety. And I was like, about what? And she goes, Sunday. And I was like, dude, I think you're more nervous than I am, bruh. Like I've just been I know it's gonna be rough for me to share if it's too late. I'll let you know since I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, do what you gotta do, Kim. We all know that if you don't
we'll
share,
try to get it go. I know, Kim. I know you're on East Coast with the time zones. It's hard. We'll get you. We'll get going ASAP. I promise.
Okay.
And you know, at least to share it, and you know, you don't watch it, fine. But
all right, I'm gonna jump in so we can pay our big bill.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, so this is going to be new for all of us over here at NFR for Radio. Where to go? My thing with Jiggy. All right, so are you tired of feeling overwhelmed with all the marketing stuff that you have to do? Well, let me introduce you to Power Brand Systems, your ultimate trusted advisor for local businesses. Imagine having a team of experts by your side, guiding you every step of the way to make your business not just survive, but thrive. That's what Power Brand Systems is all about. A fraction of the cost. Need help getting found online? They've got your back. From optimizing your online reputation to dominating Google searches and gathering those crucial positive reviews, they've got the secret sauce to help you boost your online presence. But it doesn't stop there. Need a website? They'll build you one. Have one that's not doing all that great? They'll make one work even better for you. They're like your personal business coach, but better. And guess this, they'll help you start conversations with potential customers right from the website. No more missed opportunities. Plus, they'll make it a breeze to collect payments so you can focus on what you do best, running your business. So if you're ready to take the stress out of marketing and start seeing real results, schedule a commitment-free consultation on us. Use the link down below and support the show. There's a 14-day free trial and a 60-day money-back guarantee on that.
Yeah, big shout out to Christian. Yeah, when he posted that to the little chat thing when I was at work, bro, I was like, God damn, bro, these ad reads are gonna be like 15 minutes, bro. Yeah, David McNiner.
But it's a big deal. Cool.
But yeah.
So sorry if I screwed up parts of that. That was my first time actually reading that live on the air. So yeah, cheers. That's a lot to say for a sponsor.
So you're right. So yeah, big shout out to Christian. Y'all go check it out.
And Marcus.
Show. And Marcus. I haven't met Marcus yet, but Christian and Marcus, big shout out to them. Really cool dudes. Oh, by the way, real quick.
Actually, it's Marco. That's my bad. My bad, Marco.
Okay. Our meeting got canceled, postponed yesterday. So I'll let you know when we get it, and we'll see if the three of us can have a meeting again. Anyway, so big shout out to them. You know, we really appreciate it. We're getting a bunch of things together. We've got some like Patreon type of stuff we're trying to get together, y'all, with meet and greets. We're gonna be trying to give y'all live exclusive content.
Today was the first day it felt like we were doing work with them. Like, I don't know about you, but like everything else has been kind of slow. And today it was like, okay, now we're going.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like today there was a whole bunch of stuff coming through. Like, oh, we got to do this. Oh, now we got to do this, man. But
you guys let me know if I need to do anything.
Yeah, it's all good. Actually,
it's going to be
there is
long term.
Something we'll talk about it when we have our off-season meeting. But yeah, we're gonna get y'all some exclusive NFR gear. We're gonna try to get y'all some hats, some shirts, some all type of NFR gear for y'all, glasses. There's a bunch of stuff. I promise you, bro. I promise you. This is the most I've known Jason, probably going on 4 or 5 years now. This is the most I've talked to him in a single couple weeks in our whole friendship, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like,
and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just
no, it's
back
not.
And forth.
I'm about to say that it's been really productive and everything, but yeah, like, trust me when I say,
putting in work, guys. We're trying to get some stuff going.
It's always been kind of kosher with everything. Like, we're just two guys kicking it and hanging out. It's the first time we've had to be very business-like with each other. Yeah. So it's kind of a weird thing. It's like, it's always just been like, we're just homies. We're kicking it. We're having a good time with this. And then we're getting into this stuff now. And it's like, oh, man, okay. Put my big boy pants on. I can't.
Yeah, big boy decisions.
Talk to TJ, like TJ, my friend. It's like, this is a business thing now that's kind of going on. Yeah, so exactly. It's like, okay, the grown-up pants are on. So it's been fun. It's been definitely been challenging. There's a whole lot to do. It's just like, man, but I'm having, like, at the same time, it's a little rough for stuff because it's stuff I've never done personally, but I'm also enjoying learning it. And it's just like, all right. And we obviously can't dig too deep into it right now because it's Super Bowl week. If we weren't playing the Super Bowl, I'd already be,
Well, that's the thing that Christian kind of said from the jump is he's like, look, I understand this is probably like, even when I was talking to him today with some tasks he gave me and some things we have to do together, I told him, bro, I'm trying to get everything done, but you got to understand this is one of the biggest weekends in the show's history. Like, I mean, it's literally, there's only been one other bigger show in the show's history, and NFR was totally different in 2019 when we were doing the show in 2019.
But the good stuff is coming, and I think we've got a lot of good stuff planned and hoping to get stuff out here shortly. Probably
very exciting.
Love y'all feedback. Love y'all feedback. If you could think Patreon rewards, what you would want. Hey, if I'm paying somebody $10 a month, $5 a month, $15, whatever it is, this is the things I want, and we are totally open to y'all suggestions, please.
So, and also for you guys, because obviously a lot of you guys, we've gone back and forth with shows. We've kind of supported all of you guys, and you guys have supported us, kind of thing. Click the link, talk to Marco and Christian, see if there's anything they can do. Not only just for it's mainly this portion of it is for YouTube and content creators. But if you guys own your own business and stuff like that, talk to them about running your own personal business. Whatever you do outside of content creating to actually, pay your bills, talk to them about that. They have definite. I gave their stuff to my boss at work because my boss at work is always talking about doing more marketing, especially online stuff. That's their wheelhouse. I gave it to them. I'm hoping that, it takes both NFR and my other job. And we get bigger in places.
Yeah. And the main thing about this, y'all, is, here, we like to say for the faithful, by the faithful isn't just a motto. Like, it's a lifestyle. It's what we live. Christian is a Niner fan. So, even when we were on the meeting, I said, Brett, honestly, I probably wouldn't even be to this meeting at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock on a fucking Saturday if you weren't a Niner fan, bro. Like, swear to God. So, big shout out to them. And let's get the show cracking, bro.
Yeah. I just want to also add that there's also some very big YouTube 49er content creators that are also working with them. So there's supposed to be some crossover stuff to help everybody out here coming shortly. So also definitely be looking forward to that stuff shortly.
Yeah.
All right.
Really,
Now that
Just basically a lot of exciting stuff. A lot of exciting stuff. A lot of growth.
When everything unfolds, we can announce everything. We can unveil everything. And honestly, I get to see what everything is when everything's done, and I get to see it. Like, damn, this is my podcast shit. I'm excited for it, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some dope ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
First slide.
Yep. All right. So obviously, this is the Niner Faithful Radio Week in Review Super Bowl edition. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. There's one game left in the NFL, and it's for the Lombardi Trophy. Not the David Lombardi Trophy either.
No.
This is for the big one. The quest to bring home 6, as another entry from this Sunday. It's going to be our 8th Super Bowl overall. Obviously, we are 5-2 in Super Bowls right now. Let's hashtag bring home 6.
Yes.
Bring home 6. Bring home 6. I was literally screaming it out the buses.
When you said that, I was a little low key disappointed. More people didn't get on that one.
I was like, bruh, like you really want to know the chant really going by was Super Bowl, and I was like,
yeah, it's okay. It's kind of plain.
I've known. I've said this before, so I'm not going to go in one of my whole little tangents about it and everything. But I don't like Jed's attitude. And even some of like yes, the players have all been very, hey, this isn't the goal and everything like that. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm nervous. Maybe I'm scarred. Like I'm not even as I don't want to say I'm not excited because of course I'm excited, bro. Like, my team's in the fucking Super Bowl. Like finally this week, I could just look at so many people and be like, hey, what time does your team play on Sunday? All right, then shut the fuck up. You feel me? Like real spit, bro. What does your team play on Sunday? All right, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, like all the people going to my house that are playing on Sunday, and I know that, there's gonna be lots of shit talk, but I'm the only Niner fan, obviously. That's gonna be everybody else is. It's gonna be mostly Seahawks, and there's gonna be what? I think Mac is him, and a couple of Dolphin fans. So they're all all gonna be talking shit anytime something goes wrong in the game. You know what? Where are y'all fucking games? Where's your team playing right now? Shut the fuck up.
For real, especially some of these niggas. Like, bro, were you alive the last time your team fucking played in the Super Bowl, my nigga? Like, calm down, bro. Like, calm down. Honestly, my girl's not a big my girl's not a shit talker or anything like that. But let's be real, my girl's fantasy would be to go over to her grandparents' house and we all watch the game together and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. Like my boss was telling me that her ex-husband, I guess, was a Crygirls fan. And like back in the day when they played the Bills in the Super Bowl, she decorated her whole house in Bills like colors, and she had like Bills like glasses and stuff like that. And like I said, she's a Raider fan, and she just did that just to piss people off, just to talk shit, just to be that type of bitch. And I'm like, see, bruh, and that's the type of shit that like shit becomes serious to me, because when I know you're trying to piss me off, or I know you're trying to get a reaction, that's when you're going to get the reaction out of me. Because it's going to be like, okay, well, you got it. Now you happy, kind of thing. So
yeah,
I'm ready for Sunday kind of just to be over. 6:00. Like I'm not ready for the whole Sunday to be over. Just those 3 hours to go by fast.
All right, so let's go to the first one we got here. Nothing. There's been nothing that's happened really for either team. Kansas City brought up one person. Yeah, but I couldn't. It's like I know they brought up one person because of one of their guys that's out for the game, but for some reason I couldn't find it anywhere. So it's kind of bugging me. So bringing up that part, we have the injury report. So the one that just came out probably about an hour and a half or so ago is that guard Joe Thuney is out for the game. That's a big one. That is just a big one when it comes to this game. David McDonough, saying what's up to Jess, asking Jess, are you in Vegas? Shout out to everybody in Vegas. I actually contemplated going to Vegas and just hanging out there for the game. So it came down to do I want to go to a possible Super Bowl parade or do I want to go to Vegas and hang out with everybody before the game? I chose the parade.
My girl was like, babe, it was only 116 round trip for a Greyhound ticket. She's like, babe, we got 116 all day, every day. And I was like, to do what, babe? To go there, to go watch it in a bar that I could watch it here,
Yeah. Another one of the big injuries, obviously, is Jared McKinnon, who's on IR. Prince Tega Wahangano, I said that right. Also, he's been out for quite some time. Everybody else that they have on their injury report is pretty much they're going to play for the most part. The only issue that we have is possible with Kalia Davis and whether or not he is going to play. Right now, he's just questionable, but it looks like everybody else is a full participant, even those who were having issues the other day, which was kind of funny that nothing was really reported about George Kittle and about him being injured. But Eric Armstead, we know he's had his issues with his foot all season long, so it's not surprised that he would be resting more likely, just before the big game. But nothing about George Kittle. Not that I didn't expect him to not play. Excuse me. But for the most part, this injury list, especially for us, is pretty damn clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel confident looking into y'all's eyes as far as injuries wise, now than I did in 2019.
Yeah.
When now we don't know who's compromised, but it was very clear that D Ford eventually what ended up, you would say, costing him his Niner career was clearly the issues that eventually led to his release from the Niners were present in that 2019 Super Bowl. They weren't quite so bad that he couldn't play, but they were present. You obviously had DJ Jones. So really, which now I would say, okay, you had DJ Jones, you have Huff this year. What is Eric Armstead? But I'm sorry, even compromised if Eric Armstead can't whoop up on a backup guard. I mean,
I see a lot of similarities between him and the D4 thing, where it's like, when healthy, they're pretty damn good. Now, obviously, I don't think Eric Armstead is at the same level that D Ford was when he was at his best.
Different player.
Yeah. But could his career from this, could he retire just because of injury? A la Patrick Willis kind of a thing. You know what I mean? You just can't go anymore because you're more of a hindrance. Not that you're bad or anything. It's just that, how many games are we willing to have him be on IR a year for the contract that he has?
Honestly, we win on Sunday. Just my personal opinion. We win on Sunday with his cap number being what it is, next year. And like you said, the recent injury, I'd be surprised if he didn't. Honestly,
I could see him retiring. Yeah.
At this point, what else do you got? You're Super Bowl champion. Okay, fine. You don't have an opportunity to win 2, 3, whatever. But it's like, and to me, because it's to me, is that do you retire? Because I believe they're going to basically do the same that they did with Jerry. Hey, we'll give you a little money, give you a little incentive, some whatevers, so we can save some cap on the room. Wink, wink, nod, nod kind of deal. You retire so we don't, salary cap wise. Or would Eric Armstead rather get cut
and try to play somewhere else?
And try to play somewhere else? Because honestly, at this point, when you talk about, and how I've said that Javon Hargrave has been a disappointment. I'd rather have Javon Hargrave and his $80 million than Eric Armstead for 7 games a year.
Yeah,
because at least Javon Hargrave's out there.
Yeah, I mean, and because that injury is only going to get worse as time goes on. It's one of those ones just like with Willis that it's just at some point it's not worth trying to fight so much for it because you can only push so hard. You know, you're going to get how many times do you want to take that cortisone shot over and over, and yet still be in pain.
Mhm.
Yeah,
so
I don't see him returning next year. Loved him. You know, look, of course.
And that, yeah,
people,
by the way, this is not us saying anything bad about Eric Armstead.
No. I love Eric Armstead.
This is because of his injury-related stuff that's going on, not his play.
Look, let's be real. We've talked extensively, and I'm sure we'll talk more on today's show about the run game. I think one of the biggest issues with the run game is Eric Armstead not being in there.
Yep.
I think that's one of our biggest issues of the run game.
I'd say it's the issue. He is definitely Javon Hargraves is not really a run stopper.
No, he's not.
From up the middle, he is a quarterback rusher. Eric Armstead is the clog up the middle guy.
Yeah.
And once we finally put him inside and left him inside instead of trying to make him a DN for how many years, we finally figured it out. We finally figured it out. We left him inside, and he has arguably been one of the better tackles in the league. You may not see it on stat lines or anything like that, but you look up his play, how he takes up space in the middle. He's damn good. Again, he doesn't have the sack numbers or anything that everybody wants to see. But again, that's because everybody thought of him as a defensive end when he really wasn't a defensive end.
Well, he was. I think the awkwardness about Eric Armstead is, let's be real, he was drafted by Chip Kelly, who when we ran a 3-4 defense, he was drafted he was drafted by Tom Sula. He was drafted by Tom Sula. You know, you're not going to get rid of a first-round pick in only 2016, you know, the next year when we drafted Defoe. And ultimately, when we switched him to basically inside full-time in 2019, what happened? We went to the Super Bowl, and he had a career high fucking in sacks.
Yep.
All right, so let's go to the next one. We've got, speaking of Patrick Willis.
Finally.
Congratulations to Patrick Willis on getting into the 2024 Hall of Fame. Did you guys see who it was that did the knock on his door?
Yep, BY.
Yep, it was BY. It's good to see that. I honestly didn't think that there was a serious part of me that didn't think that Patrick was going to get in the Hall just because of – I did. Simply because of his shortened career because of the injuries. I really thought it was going to be a lot longer than what it's been for him to get into the Hall of Fame. I really did.
I really did too. I was, when I shared that rumor with y'all last night, with that person who says, hey, I'm starting to hear Patrick Willis is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. And then when I actually went on, or I think I saw the Niners did a thing on YouTube or something. So anyway, when I saw that they were, that it was actually a fact, I was shocked. I'm very emotional and proud because I remember the moment we drafted Patrick Willis. Mm-hmm. I remember going to the first open training camp practice of his rookie year and saying, "Who the fuck is this 52?" You know, because all we could hear is bow, 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 bow. That's all we could hear all practice. I remember when he had his 21 tackles his first game. I believe it was either preseason or first regular season game. He had something like 17 or 21 tackles. I mean, Patrick Willis is the first Niner that probably how the generation before me feels about like Ronnie Lott or Keenan Turner. You know, how they feel about those players. That's my Patrick Willis. Patrick Willis is my Ronnie Lott. And Ronnie Lott is my all-time favorite defensive Niner because it's fucking Ronnie Lott. You know? I'm sorry. You automatically jump up to number one on my list when you cut your tip of your pinky off and don't miss a single play. Like, that's just the most gangster shit ever. But number one B and 1C are BY and Patrick Willis. Big props. I thought his career was too short. I thought he was going to be hated on by that. I thought it was going to be his career was his. We know his prime, like us faithful know his prime, but his national prime was too short. I mean, his national, like Patrick Willis, face of the NFL, or not the face of the NFL, but Ray Lewis status, NFL icon, was only since Harbaugh. That's when Patrick Willis jump started into superstar status. But let's be real. I thought Patrick Willis's ultimate mark was he didn't play for long enough, and he played on too many bad Niner teams. So I'm very happy. I somewhat agree with what Jason said. All due respect to Patrick, I just gave him his flowers. But if you tell me who's more deserving of a Hall of Fame introduction, Roger Craig or Patrick Willis, I mean, come on, bro. We can't lie to ourselves. We all know who deserves to be in the Hall.
I've said it a million times. Congrats to Patrick Willis, but and even at this point, Roger Craig getting in is to an extent is kind of a slap in the face. It's like, why is it taking this long to get me into the Hall of Fame? I think that the only way that Roger Craig gets in at this point is when the veteran committee votes him. I think that's the only way it is.
That's I believe that's literally the only way he's allowed to enter now.
Yeah,
I believe he.
What up, Ferry? How's it, my brother?
What up, Ferries? What's cracking?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a shame that the man is not in. One of the greatest running backs of all time. The first, probably
first thousand.
Yeah, first thousand, first real dual threat, a running back, and
CMC does not CMC does not exist without Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk, or maybe LT Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk does not exist without Roger Craig.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, many people don't realize this, started his career as a fullback. He didn't even play his whole career at running back. It's a shame. And ultimately, the only excuse anybody's ever gave to me that why Roger's out is the fumble in the 90 NFC Championship game.
Yeah, but that's a lame excuse, man. Everybody,
I'm
any
like,
person in this hall, you can bring up a bad play here or there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I better not ever see Cam Newton on anything, because to me, Roger fumbles happen. Like, I lost all respect for Cam Newton, and y'all know how I feel about black quarterbacks. I lost all respect for Cam Newton when he did not fall on that.
When he did this thing?
Yeah, in the Super Bowl. I just lost all respect for him.
I think that's where everybody's respect literally disappeared within an instant with that play.
And the worst part about it is, fuck what we say as fans. Let's be real. We couldn't even take 0.5% of the hits that Cam took in his career. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. I wouldn't necessarily want to dive on a football with Von Miller.
But in the Super Bowl, you damn well I am.
But fuck, for a Super Bowl, I mean,
I'm sorry. If I have a chance to win a Super Bowl, we're diving in a ball. I'm going one-on-one with Patrick Willis to try and get that ball.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, like
I'll be the first paraplegic with the Super Bowl ring, nigga.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, but yeah,
big props.
Congrats to P. Willie, man. Big props.
If you get priced out of coming down here for a parade, NFR trip to August to watch P. Willie get inducted in the Hall of Fame,
maybe
that might actually not
that
be.
Would be pretty badass.
It's probably not going to happen. Me and my girl looked it up. It's beyond what you would believe. Even not during the Hall of Fame. We actually looked it up for my birthday, because when me and my girl first, I was probably about our 5th date. She looked at me and said, "Hey, if we're still talking for your birthday, I'll take you out to the Hall of Fame." But anyway, big props. P. Willis.
All right, so get it started for the first things of the night. Congrats to Brock and CMC for being the FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Year. if I remember seeing at least one, if not both of them, every single week when it came to the voting, because I remember pushing out the voting stuff all the time. I think CMC had a bit more because obviously Brock had a few bad games, but yeah, did you guys see the FedEx vest that
Yep.
Juice's wife made for them?
Very
No,
dope.
I wasn't able to watch it. I don't have NFL Network. We
Okay.
people start clicking on our Power Brand affiliate link, then maybe we'll get some NFL Network up in this bitch.
Well,
I
just so
mean,
you know, TJ, you can also watch it on YouTube.
Hmm.
see, nobody fucking tells me these things. Um,
Yeah, it's just little clips. It's all on social media. I even think Juice retweeted it or posted it or something.
Yeah, really
More
cool.
likely.
It was like it's in the colors of
The Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl logo. Yeah, it's got their numbers on it and stuff like
No,
that.
it
It's
has
pretty cool.
58 for the Super Bowl because they both
Was it
have this.
58?
oh,
Okay, I thought it
okay,
was
I
their
did see
number.
those. I did see those.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw. I don't know if it was Brock or CMC wearing them, but I saw. I was like, why the fuck are they wearing 58? And I was like, oh, Super Bowl.
Yep. I know. I was confused too. So I kept looking at it. I'm like, are those the same numbers? Because my initial thought was it's their numbers. But then I
Yeah.
kept looking. I'm like, why the hell? And yeah,
I
then
didn't.
was,
I just saw it and assumed it was their numbers. I didn't look in there.
But I know we're gonna actually get to the.
I love you, man.
But that's why Newton's a game changer. He literally changed his mind not to jump on the ball. I mean, okay, I'll wait for my comments about this particular award. As far as Brock's concerned, a little bit later when we discuss the MVP, but yeah, who the fuck else would win the ground at FedEx Ground Player of the Year award? Like that's mind blowing to me, just because the man literally led the NFL in rushing yards. Like
Yeah.
who else would be Ground Player of the Year?
yeah.
And speaking of some even more awards, we got Christian McCaffrey racking up 2 more. So he's got the Jim Brown Player Award, which goes to the best running back in the league. And then obviously he was another one where he was obvious choice. He was the Offensive Player of the Year. So Christian McCaffrey is just racking up awards this offseason or this season.
Now, yeah, I mean, Tyreek, would have been the only one, I think, Offensive Player of the Year that would have competed with CMC
But he missed a couple
this year.
He missed a couple games.
He missed a couple games and everything like that. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watched a bunch of Dolphin games or whatever. But when I sit back and think about the 2023 season for number 23, I don't think I've seen a season like this since Jerry. I think it's just like if this is the type of season, like I remember growing up and I just assumed every wide receiver scored a touchdown every game. You know what I'm saying? I just assumed this is what wide receivers did. And then obviously as we went through the drought of receivers that we did, I realized no, this isn't exactly Kim. We all knew Christian was oh boy. But I believe if somebody out there is going to start watching football this year because of CMC, and this is what they're going to assume that running backs do every year. I'm here to
There's
tell
some
you,
little kid saying, "I'm CMC," as he's
Yeah, exactly. I'm here to tell you, little kid, you're probably never going to see a season like this ever again from a running back. Like this was some crazy shit, bro. We wrap up a championship. Everybody will always give it to Steve because of the MVPs and he was the quarterback. But honestly, as far as impact to the team, the CMC's got to be the best trade in Niner history, bro.
I don't think it's even close, to be honest with you right now.
I don't see what other trade in Niner history, except maybe the draft day trade we did to trade with Cincinnati to select Jerry. That's about the only other trade I think that could come close in franchise history. to think some people gave this trade a C-.
I know many guys, and I'm in a very, I guess you can say, high-end football Discord channel with a lot of guys who have actual NFL ties. They were downplaying this trade the whole time, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I've even brought stuff up this year showing how good CMC. Oh yeah, that trade was terrible. For what? The Panthers ain't done shit with those picks. The CMC's having the best years of his life over here. How is it not a good trade for the Niners? And they swear up and down that it's a bad trade.
Is it
My only
financially? Are they talking about like the
Just
finance?
overall that it was a bad trade from the Niners' point of view. And I'm like, no, I would do this trade every freaking day and twice on Sundays.
The fact that like the NFL let us get Christian McCaffrey and like let Kyle Shanahan get him in his scheme is just like are you guys stupid?
Literally, the only question I ever had was health. Right? That's the only legit question that, and knock on wood, please, Lord Jesus, in the name of Bill, Jerry, Joe, Ronnie. But yeah, it was. I can't think of it, bro. I cannot think of a better trade. Please, some of our older faithful, call me out if you could think of a better one. I'd be totally down to have that discussion.
I mean, you think of his health. When you were literally the only offensive weapon when he was in Kansas City, Carolina. I mean, yes, he had Cam Newton, but that was still CMC carrying that team. So you look at he's doing about the same amount of touches and everything per game, and yet he's had a pretty good, pretty healthy season. And Kim was right. He did learn. It did help because he got that. Was it the bye week right afterwards, after the KC game that year?
Yeah, I believe the bye week was right after the KC game.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of the MVP, obviously you guys all know by now, Lamar got the MVP. And Lamar getting the MVP, we can argue that. What the part that gets me, how in the bloody hell is Dak Prescott number 2 in the MVP rankings? So you had Dak, who got 17 first place votes. 17. CMC and Brock got 0. Josh Allen got 1. I'm okay with giving Josh Allen. I'd be more than okay with giving the MVP to Josh Allen over. But I don't understand this favoritism to Dak Prescott. Of all the guys on this list, I would have given it to Christian, Brock, Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, okay. Yeah. Hell, I would have given it to C.J. Stroud over him.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett's arguable.
To me, this is see, and I wanted to say this. I'm glad Brock didn't win the MVP. I'm glad Christian didn't win the MVP. Because you know what? They're gonna fucking win an even more important MVP.
Yeah, let one of them win that one.
Yeah, like that. That's like it's the same reason why. Look, was it cool to say that our quarterback would have been the starter for the NFC this year? And damn, we haven't had a Pro Bowl starter since Jeff Garcia and all those things. Yeah, that was cool to say. But you know what? What did I say when it was announced, Jason? Fuck the Pro Bowl. I don't give a shit who doesn't make the Pro Bowl, bruh, because ain't none of us gonna be fucking playing in it.
Yep,
and let's be real. If we are, and if Brock did start the Pro Bowl, I feel too much like shit to even watch it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into prop bets and everything like that. But I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and y'all can give y'all opinions if you want to. But realistically, Niners win. I think CMC has the highest probability of being MVP. If you ask me to put my life savings on a prop bet on MVP for the Niners, obviously we really know. For the Chiefs, it's probably going to be obviously Patrick Mahomes would be the favorite. But I like what think Chris Jones. I think Chris Jones can.
Chris Jones can do it.
Yeah, I think Chris Jones.
Could you imagine giving the MVP to like Travis Kelce just because?
George Kittle.
My God.
Oh, did y'all hear what Kendrick Bourne said on the Scott? I believe it was the Scott Gottlieb show.
No, but I saw he said something. I didn't get to hear what he said.
So apparently he basically said that I guess there were reads in the Super Bowl early that Jimmy missed, that he didn't have the confidence to make make the throw, the manual. Yeah. But no, what the one that really interests me is that apparently the night before the game, Kyle said that Brock or that Kendrick Bourne, he's like, you know what, you could have the type of game that fuck around and get you an MVP. And Kendrick Bourne said, he goes, if Brock would have made right reads and hit passes, you know, that earlier in the game that he would have hit, he goes, I might have been MVP of that game. I just thought that was kind of interesting, specifically, so to hear a player talk about 2019 so candidly like that.
Yeah.
You know, and we only hear Kyle, the respectful, oh, you know, how do you feel about their secondary? Like, how the fuck do you think Kyle was talking about fucking the Detroit secondary in fucking team meetings? You know, you really think the Eagles? Why do you think Debo felt like that? Why do you think Debo said the things about the Eagles secondary he said? Because that's probably what Kyle said. Yeah. Kyle probably said, BA, Debo, you are going to fucking murder these. They are fucking trash. We are going to expose them. Like that's how coaches talk. I'll never forget. One of the only football games I was involved in high school was our rival game, which we called the Bell game, because we literally played for a giant ass bell. It was Andrew Hill versus James Lick. And there was we played at this particular game. We played at a stadium. It's the Police Athletic League, but it's called Powell Stadium, right? And apparently the locker rooms in Powell Stadium are right next to each other. And I remember our coach, before walking in, or before, you know how he gave his pregame speech, all that shit, you know, and everything like that. And before he walked out and everything like that, he goes, hey, be careful what the fuck you say. These walls are thin. Right? And why did he say that? Because he knows how coaches talk. He knows how players talk and everything like that. So I don't understand how Brock didn't get one. I think it's more maybe people thinking he'll be exposed. Maybe people thinking that it's a little bit of it's been a nice run, but this is where the Mr. Irrelevant story falls apart, you know?
I think it's more that he's got the Avengers around him storyline. Yeah, he's good, but would he still be good if he didn't have all these weapons? Well, who cares if he has all these weapons? Jimmy had all these weapons. Jimmy wasn't this good.
And see, this is why I hate the GOAT discussion, even, because like just things about this have stopped being about championships, and they've been about regular seasons. So they've been about players like Lamar Jackson, who will have probably, you look back, he'll probably have some of the greatest seasons the quarterbacks ever had in the regular season. But you know what? Man's probably never going to win a championship.
No, I can see him winning one, at least one. I think he could pull out one.
Sure, you know, I mean, if Joe Flacco can win one, then, you know, fucking, I guess our defense. That's the thing that gets me. We were beaten by Joe fucking Flacco, Justin Smith, Alden Smith, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, Dante Hitton. Just all these niggas were beaten by Joe fucking Flacco.
Well, speaking of Joe Flacco, we're going to go over the entire awards list. So obviously, Lamar Jackson was the MVP. Offensive player, Christian McCaffrey. Oh. No. Defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett. I think it was his turn to win it, especially since Micah Parsons disappeared when big games came around. Coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, head coach Browns. How did Kyle only get 2 votes for head coach of the year?
Because, see, this is the part that upsets me about Kyle. Is people will say, yeah, well, you got the Avengers around you. Well, who the fuck put the roster together?
Yeah. Nick Fury had to put the Avengers together. Kyle had to put these motherfuckers together.
This is the thing that upsets me the most is how bad the Niners were. This is clearly Kyle's football team, right? Later on in the show, I got the rosters pulled up. You'd actually be surprised. I'm gonna tell you how many. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players from the 2019 team are on the team now, right? So even from our last Super Bowl, only 10 players from the 46 that were active on game day, which some of these players might not even been active, but only 40 out of the 53, only 10 players remain. That means Kyle's overflipped 43 players on our roster. Developed all that, and not one vote. I'll respect D'Amico. I'll give it to fucking D'Amico, no problem. But I mean, is it because it's the Browns?
I mean, and then they even got assistant coach, and Jim Schwartz. Yes, he has made good defenses. I would have thought that would have gone to somebody. Why couldn't that have gone to what's the name of the guy over in Miami? I can't think of his name.
In Atlanta?
No, defensive coordinator from Miami.
Vic Fangio?
Yeah, Vic Fangio. I think that defense had a bigger influence than the Browns did.
Shit,
Why did he go to the defense?
Who's the D coordinator of the Ravens? Fuck.
Yeah. And then speaking of Joe Flacco, comeback player of the year. I think everybody wanted DeMar Hamlin, but he didn't even do anything. He barely was. I don't think he suited up for a game this year. Not surprising. I mean,
why not
the coach of the year? Yeah. And with the coach of the year, why didn't D'Amico get it?
I don't understand. I don't.
The offensive and defensive rookie of the years both came from the Texans with C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. And then the Walter Payton Man of the Year, which is probably considered the most prestigious award, defensive line from the Steelers. I still think Eric Armstead needs to be a winner of that before he retires. I'd love to see that.
He needs to get that award. He's tried very hard, and he does a lot of good.
Okay, moment of the year.
CeeDee Lamb's 91 touchdowns. Yeah. All right. Salute to service. They've just basically whoever does the most military stuff. FedEx Player of the Year and ground player, McCaffrey and Purdy. The celebration of the year is the Tommy DeVito celebration. I don't remember what that one is. The angry one of the year was Najee Harris. I know which one they're talking about. Just ran over like 5 people when he should have been tackled. Sportsman Award, Bobby Wagner. Good for him. Jim Brown, there's again. Deacon Jones for the best defensive lineman, TJ Watt. They got flag football. I think it's only girls that are for this award. And then a special shout out that I want to do for one is the Captain Morgan NFL Fan of the Year, Tom Grossi from the Green Bay Packers. And the reason why we're giving him a special shout out on our show, because he rated us. I was doing a halftime show. It was one of the primetime games. I remember it was at night, and I think we had like 3,000 people in the chat because he rated our show. So big shout out to Tom Grossi and his channel for doing that for us. All right, so that's enough of that. You know what? He gets it. If you watch him, he's like, yeah, we got our ass kicked every year by him. My final score is still going to be the same, 30-24. Hashtag bring home 6.
Yeah, I was really surprised that people didn't do bring home 6. Before we go ahead and Jamie and I give our final scores, are you interested? Any of y'all interested to see if you can guess the 10 players that are still left from 2019?
Kittle, obviously.
Yep.
Juice.
Yep.
Warner.
Debo.
Yep.
Kerry Hyder.
Well,
Wait. Which Warner?
Wasn't Kerry Hyder on?
Yeah, but he's not on the team this year.
Charlie.
No.
Charlie wasn't?
Fred.
I thought you said-
Fred.
All right.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred.
Fred.
She said Devo. Eric.
Oh.
Yep.
How many we at right now?
Hi, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're halfway through.
5.
Who else?
Devo wasn't there. I think the starters.
Yeah, so that's the kind of what I had to do. There's actually 1, 2. 2 of them are not starters. One's a starter, but like it's a weird starter. Like you wouldn't think of us when you say starters, you don't think of this position.
Was Greenlaw?
Bosa. How?
Got Bosa.
Well, Greenlaw and Bosa.
Okay, shit. So who else would be? Burks?
Nope.
Oh, we got the Coconut Niner in the house. How's it, my brother? He
Yeah.
said Bosa too.
Yeah, Bosa.
Fuck.
All right.
We consider him a starter,
Already?
but he's not a starter. Don't you say?
No, okay. He is a starter. As in, he's actually the only player of this. One of them is the only player of his kind actually on the roster.
Oh, we're still.
So yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's the one that I was like, nobody's gonna get because when you say starter, you don't think of fucking punters.
No,
Yeah,
I was like,
he was on the team,
was
he was
Taylor
on
on
the
the team then?
huh?
Taylor Pepper?
No, it was Kyle Nelson.
That's right.
Kyle Nelson was all right. Y'all ready? It's Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Ross Dwelly, Kevin Givens, Dre Greenlaw, Juice, George Kittle, Debo, Fred Warner, and
Givens is who I was thinking of. I knew it was another lineman.
Mitch Wisnowski. But that's really not that much and only 5 what? So you go 20, 21, 22, 23. So 4 seasons. And you've
Bebop, how's it, brother?
Bebop, BBNG, baby. So in only 4 seasons, you've overturned 43 players on your 53-man roster. That's a lot of turnover, bro.
And that's when you think about who your core players are. A lot of those guys aren't what you would consider core play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't
You
consider like if you named core Niners, how many players would you name before you got to Eric Armstead?
Yeah, exactly. You know
Nick Bosa, obviously core. Ross Dwelly, like you're not gonna think. Kevin Givens, you're not gonna think.
Dre, you probably wouldn't say Juice.
Yeah.
Dre, you probably wouldn't say Dre.
You wouldn't say Dre. You would say George. I would say George.
Yeah, I would say George probably.
Debo definitely. Fred Warner definitely.
Yeah.
And Wish. I mean,
but how many people are going to like you had said? How many people are going to go that deep to where they would say, "Oh no, Wish not"? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not going to consider. I mean, fuck. I would consider Dre Greenlaw a core player more than I would Wish. But I mean, you know what though? I'm going to say it. Super Bowl, we're doing the Thunder from Down Under, baby. Mitch Wisnowski scoring the game-winning touchdown. Let's go,
dude. If Wish scores something like that, dude, like you want to talk about like an instant legend, like that would be like the thing of legends for like any team. Like this is a great moment in just general.
That would be our version of the Philly special.
Basically, yeah, that's exactly what that would be.
That 1-8, then get us like because I actually have his autograph. Get it across my neck with the Thunder from Down Under tatted right above it, bro. Just right blasted on my neck. Renee was cracking, baby. Niners, of course. James, go ahead and give us your score.
So I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna go 28-21 Niners. I think it's gonna be at least by 1 score, 1 touchdown. Because I think I still think the game's gonna be semi-close. But yeah, I don't think either team is scoring over 30 though. I think it will get close, but I don't think we'll get over 30.
You know, I've debated
with the Chiefs defense being as solid as they are.
Wow, 31-17. Wow.
That's pretty much a blowout.
Okay, like could I see it almost like last Super Bowl? When really, let's be real. That was a 4-point game until they scored that final touchdown.
Yep.
But for majority of that fourth quarter, it was a 4-point game. It was either a 10, a 3-point, or a 4-point, game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, the final score says 21 or 20-31, but really it was a fucking 24-20 game. For majority of that fourth quarter. I see something. If it's 31-17, fine. Niners are up. Niners are up 21.
It's a score like that if the Niners offense comes out and has an amazing, phenomenal, unstoppable game, I think.
Yeah.
I see to 31. I see it. If you told me the final score is 31-17 Niners, I would say we were up 21-17, and then maybe Patrick Mahomes threw like a pick. You know what I'm saying? And we scored a garbage touchdown or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like we kicked a field goal to make it a 24-20 17 ball game, and then maybe we scored like a pick six or something like that, to seal the game type of game. I'm gonna go 27-20. I'm debating 27-21, 27-24 Niners. Somewhere around there. I don't think what's the spread at, Jason?
2 the last I looked, but I haven't looked in like a day or two.
Ooh.
Hold on, give me a second. I'll tell you in just a second.
I say the Niners cover. I say the Niners cover the 2. I'd find it very hard for the Niners not to cover 2. Like, you're only going to win by 1 point. I find it very hard to only win by 1 point.
It's 2.5, -2.5, and then the over-under is 47.5.
I still go under. And yeah, fuck it. I'll say Niners cover. You give me a field goal win, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I mean, I'm going into this game saying run CMC 50 times. I remember sending that the thing in the group where like their 1D was 31st in the league or whatever like that. And that's honestly, I don't want to say the Niners' only hope because it's one football game. Plenty of fluky shit can happen in one football game. You could block a punt and have it bounce the exact right way in the fucking snow, to bounce into Huff's hands and him to run it in. You know what I'm saying? Like fluky shit like that. Dwight Clark can jump higher than any white person's ever jumped in the history of white people. And a double tip. If y'all notice, Dwight kind of tips it and then catches it. Dwight didn't catch the catch clean. He kind of tipped it and then caught it. So fluky shit happens in one game.
Like the fluke to Ayuk?
Yeah, the fluke to Ayuk. I definitely say you run CMC 50 times. Not literally 50 times, but you give us a good heavy dose of CMC. I think that gives the Niners the best chance because you keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Yep.
And that tells us, and if we run CMC,
we gotta establish the run. We have to establish the run.
If we can run the ball 40 times a game, that means the game's close. Right, so that's good. That means we're keeping the game close. And honestly, the wearing down of CMC, and now you got Debo on a jet sweep. You've got to chase, Kittle cornered across the field. Just the wearing down of the Chiefs defense by running CMC and the physicality of running Debo and CMC, and then all of a sudden you got to chase Debo on a jet sweep or Debo on a bubble screen or just. That's honestly Niners win this game. It's going to be very close. It's going to be very tight because I think it's going to take 4 quarters for us to win this football game. So don't expect to be relaxing and chilling and not feeling like you're going to throw up Sunday because you will. But ultimately, I think that it'll be worthwhile and we'll all be on here Sunday night celebrating, trying to figure out if we can fucking get Jason out here for a Super Bowl parade.
If we run the ball and keep it establish a good run, open up the pass a little bit, be able to keep the defense off balance, and like you said, wear down the Chiefs defense. Like, that's our shot. And keep Mahomes off the field. That's our shot.
Get and sack and just pepper the shit out of Mahomes on defense. Just pepper
Set the
the
edge,
shit out of him.
please.
Yes,
seriously.
for God's sake, like set the edge. Allow the linebackers to do what they do. I'm looking at you, Javon Hargrave. I'm looking at you, Eric Armstead. I'm looking at you, Chase Young. And ultimately, you know what? You know what also we named about these players, these 10 players left from the 2012 team? Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw, George Kittle, Debo, Fred Warner. I would say that's probably either you're naming all, or some of our captains and probably some of the best players on our football team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. I respect the Chiefs. I respect their championship pedigree. But I just don't believe they have a better roster than us. I don't.
Yeah.
We have better players. Fine, you got Patrick Mahomes. And you got some good players. Fine. But we got superstars, bruh.
I'm
sorry.
We're more well-rounded around everywhere.
I just, I find it very hard for Trent Williams not like just allow this to happen. I find it very hard for Debo. I find it very hard for CMC, who, by the way, I believe him and his father and Kyle and
Mike
will be the third father-son tandem to win Super Bowls for the same franchise.
Which would be
both
dope.
Mike winning it as OC for us and Kyle as head coach, and then Ed McCaffrey winning it as a receiver. And because a lot of people, Ed McCaffrey is of course is known for playing for the Broncos. Very few people know Ed McCaffrey actually started his career as a Niner.
Those Bronco years were so good for him.
But yeah, well, message me about what the tickets are. I gotta talk to wifey. We got a new credit card, so maybe we can figure some things out.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, bro.
Anything else, TJ?
Before I get up out of here and let y'all do y'all thing, I just want to say, this will obviously until Sunday night be our last opportunity for the three of us to be together. Win, lose, or draw. I will say this has been a hell of a season, y'all.
It has been.
We talked so much about shit a little over a year ago. We talked about being here, and we've been talking about it nonstop for the last about a year. And to say that we're finally here, and that obviously not together, but separately, we will be able to watch this Super Bowl. Also, it's awesome. This is a dream come true, bro. This is my second Super Bowl covering the team. Since I've been doing NFR. If you would have told me that in 2017 that I would be able to cover the Niners twice in the Super Bowl, I would have told you you're smoking rocks. It's truly a dream. Also, blessed enough. If we are blessed enough to win on Sunday, we're trying to get kind of a montage video essay type of thing where we're gathering all faithful stories from the last 29 years. So, we're not blessed enough to win on Sunday. Like, what has this 29 years been to you? And we want to get together and either put it in a video or a book or something like that and see if we can, I don't know, maybe raise some money and give it away to the Golden Heart Fund or something for Dwight. But I think that's going to be something cool. So, we can't end the quest without being in this game. So I think that we all should be at least excited to have the opportunity.
Sure.
Hold on. One last time. I thought I'd give y'all a sneak preview.
No.
That's all that matters, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. All right. So see y'all Sunday morning.
Yep.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
All right, any last thoughts, Jamie?
Oh my gosh. I've been nervous about this game for like the last 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
It was really like or lose depending on who we play with, either the Ravens or the Chiefs. It was gonna be a tough game either way. I feel a little bit better because I do feel like our team is too good to not have a shot. We're a really, really good team. We have a shot to win. Kyle just has to play smart. I feel like Kyle overthinks himself sometimes. I feel like with play calling. So I hope he just runs with McCaffrey to open up, because you got to open up the pass. If you run, you can open up the pass. Complimentary like play calling, because then the defense is going to respect the run a little bit and it'll give you some room throwing the ball. And so as long as the team plays smart, if they can play like they had at the beginning of the season on their hot times when they were playing really well, we have a really good shot to win. And I know the guys want to win, especially the guys who were here in 2019. So I'll just see what happens. I believe that they're going to win. I really do. I think it's going to be tough, but I'm feeling a little bit better, but it's a big game, and it's amazing that they got here 2 times in the last 4 years. It's pretty incredible. So, yep, that's really
I'm just getting a little antsy. Hopefully, I can't wait for Sunday. I've got so much. It kind of helps because I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I got a bunch of cooking and I got people coming over. So it's going to help tear through the time a little bit. But definitely, other than that, I can't wait. Hell, depending on how things go, I might beat you getting on live, after the game. Depending on how things go.
Depending on how it goes. If we win, I might pop on earlier, but I want to watch the ceremony if we win for sure.
Yeah, I got you.
And
I
the
might
other reason I really want us to win, and as much as I think we're going to run with McCaffrey, I really want to win and to Brock to somehow have the most phenomenal game out of his mind so he can win Super Bowl MVP, so people can just leave him the freak alone.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired of the discourse. He's a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. And we wouldn't be here without Brock. It's a whole thing, but we won't get into that. That's a whole other discussion. But
yeah, that's off-season stuff.
Off-season stuff. But no, that's my thing is I think the team, this is Kyle's chance to redeem himself from his loss in Atlanta back then, the 2019 loss. The team's 2019 loss, Kyle and John have built this team up, drafted really well, got free agents. They have built this team and kept this team in contention for since they got here, except for the first 2 years, really. Yeah. So the fact that we got put together so quickly once Kyle and John got here is pretty incredible. So it's a big game, and I feel like Kyle wants. Obviously, everybody wants to win, but I feel like this is the moment.
Yep. And I think we'll just end it on that because I think everybody's feelings are about the same on that. Just like with Renee over saying we're winning. So again, everybody, thank you very much. It's been a fun season. We've got better stuff coming this off season going into next season. Obviously, we've got sponsorship now. We've got some bigger things coming. It's good with all that. So, yeah, like I said, TJ will be on doing the pregame at about 2 o'clock, I believe is what he said. I'm not going on at the 2-minute warning for my halftime show. I'll probably be going on at halftime because of I'm going to have people over. And then I think we're just going to play the post game by ear with everything. So,
yeah, if we win, give me half an hour. If we lose, maybe give me a little bit longer. And then that's my goal, guys. I'm gonna get off work. I'm gonna catch the end of the game, and but I'll get on as I know for Kim, she has to share it and stuff, so I'll try to get on pretty quickly. But yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. So I'll just So 5 for
time. Bang fucking Niner gang, nigga. Let's go.
This guy. All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
All right.
Deuces.
Bye.